Alright, in this video we will be looking at graphing linear equations. So linear equations can look like this, or sometimes they're written like this. And so we want to be able to take either one of those and graph them. The key thing, like we've seen in previous videos, to graphing or to defining the characteristics of a linear function is what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. And if you know those two, then you can graph the equation. So in this first example, they give us the slope and the y-intercept. Maybe I should write the equation from that. It would be y equals, the slope is negative 2/5, and the y-intercept, negative 2/5 x. The y-intercept is 0, -3 down there. So the y-intercept is -3. So that's the equation that this information came from. And they want us to graph it. Always want to start with the y-intercept, so I've plotted that already. And then the slope is negative 2/5. So if you write the slope as negative 2/5, you can write it the negative there. But when we're dealing with slope, you have to give the negative either to the top or give it to the bottom, one or the other. Because if it's the top number is the up or down movement, right? So slope is, the top is rise over the bottom is run. So the top is an up-down movement. If it's up, it's positive. If it's down, it's negative. And on the bottom, the run, that's either a left or a right movement. If it's left, it's negative. If it's right, it's positive. Okay, so if I take a look at my slope here as negative 2/5, from this point here, the negative 2 means to drop 2. And then the positive 5 on the bottom means to go 5 this way. So there would be another point that's on the graph. Notice that I could have, and that was using this one here, but I could have, if I wanted to get another point, I could use this slope. So that means to rise 2 because it's positive 2, and the negative 5 means go left 5. So there would be another point. And if you were to take and draw a line between all those, you'd notice that they fall perfectly in line. Okay, and I could have gone up 2 and over 5 more, or from this one down 2 and 5 more that way, and I would have got a point on the line. Okay, so if they give me the slope and the y-intercept, I can graph it. Now, if they just give me an equation, of course I know that that is of this form. So the thing that is in the M slot is 3/5, and the thing that is in the B spot, or the y-intercept spot, is -4. So again, I plot my -4 first, that's my y-intercept, and then the slope is 3/5, so that's how much I rise and how much I run on the bottom. So on the bottom, or from here, I'd go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'd run 5 to the right. Right because it's positive. I could have done the other way too, but that would have been fallen way off my graph. Once I've plotted the points, then I should draw a line between them. And I actually like to take the line and extend it past the points because those are just 2 points, and within there's just part of the line. And really, the line extends on forever, so putting arrows at the end is not a bad idea either. Let's try one last example. And here they give me the equation in that other form, so it's not in the y equals mx plus b form. So in this case, I've got to make it look like y equals mx plus b. And I do that because I need to know the slope and the y-intercept. So I need to have my y stuff here, so this x has to move to the other side. So it'll be 4y is equal to, there's my equal sign, take the 3x over, it becomes -3x. And here this is a positive 12. Now I don't want a 4y there, I just want a y. So I'm going to divide everything by 4. So I'll take 4y, -3x, and a positive 12, and I'll divide them all by 4. Divide 4, divide by 4. Running out of room here, but I'm almost there. So on this side I'm left with a y equals negative 3/4 x. 12 divided 4 is 3. So there's my equation. So now I know my slope is negative 3/4. I'll maybe write it like this, but I'm also going to write it like this, because either of those will work. And I know the y-intercept is a positive 3. I guess I could write that in point form. It'd be 0, positive 3. That would be the point. So 0, positive 3, there's my starting point, my y-intercept. And then I've got to go down 3, right 4, or up 3, left 4, whichever. So I'm going to go down 3, and I have to go over 4 to the right. There's another point. Or I could go up 3, oh, I'm off my graph, and over 4 to the left. It's going to be right in there somewhere. Okay, then I can draw my line. Don't know if it'll go through. That one point I made is a little out. Oops. I'm pretty particular on my graphs. It's nice to have graph paper to do this. That one there is pretty close. And let me put arrows on the end of them. Okay, so that's how you can graph that particular point. And I would practice that in this section, making sure that you're comfortable with taking any, well, that's the same question, taking any function or equation, whether it's in this form or if it's in that form, take any one and be able to determine the slope, determine the y-intercept, and then graph.